Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you know if you have a good therapist or not. Now, a lot of people say that therapy is important and it's necessary, and I agree with that, but it's also just as important to understand what makes a good therapist and what makes a not so good therapist. So, how do you know if the therapist that you have is good or not? Well, one of the surefire ways of knowing is if your therapist challenges you or just simply affirms you. And here's what I mean by that. Let's just say that you go in because you have anxiety, right? Which the percentage of people who have anxiety today, especially among young adults and youth, is extremely high. And your therapist just continues to affirm your beliefs that cause you to feel anxious. So what's going to happen is the first time you are affirmed, it's going to feel temporarily good. But you're going to quickly realize that all those affirmations did nothing good for you in the long run. So in other words, you still have your anxiety. And not only that, but your anxiety has actually gotten worse. So simple and uncritical affirmation is not going to help you. And if you have a therapist who never challenges you, who always affirms you, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong necessarily with affirming someone, but that's only half the battle. The other half is overcoming your dysfunctional beliefs that cause you to feel anxious. If your therapist challenges your dysfunctional thoughts and not just continuously affirms you, then that's a good therapist. And a lot of people might not like such a therapist because they're honest, they're direct, and they're blunt. And that is what you need. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be with a therapist who humiliates you and makes you feel bad. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is you do need to be with a therapist who affirms your humanity and your dignity and your inherent worth, but challenges you to change the things that are in your control. So I'm not talking about being with a therapist who wants you to change something that you have no control over. But you should be with a therapist who affirms your humanity, but challenges you to change behaviors that are causing you harm and distress in your life. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people prefer, especially in today's society, the first therapist who just affirms them and doesn't challenge them. Because we live in a society that tells us that we should never be questioned, that nobody has the right to challenge our existence. But when somebody challenges your dysfunctional beliefs, they're not challenging your existence. They're challenging your beliefs, and your beliefs can change. And if you feel that your identity is tied into your beliefs, then that is a big problem. And a therapist who tells you the truth is a therapist who's trying to separate you from those beliefs. And it's going to hurt, just like when a surgeon cuts you open so they can figure out what's wrong internally. The same thing is true of a good therapist. They're going to psychologically cut you up in order to take out that part of you that isn't helping you, and instead replacing it with something that works better. I hope that more people are open to this idea, and I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.